right, district breakdown time, and we have our new Inside High School Sports Insider, Matt Diggs, with us. Diggs, let's jump right in because we got a lot to talk about. Let's talk about the private schools, and let's start off with TAPS with the Old Episcopal going for that four-peat.
Yeah, I mean, Parish Episcopal, I think right now they are a huge favorite. Now, with private schools, you get move-ins and freshmen who can make a difference, so you never truly know. As we get closer to the season, maybe see some 7-on-7 action. We might get a better glance if somebody is able to compete with them. But I think Parish is by and far the favorite. When you got a quarterback as a freshman, Sawyer Anderson, coming back, I mean, you start to have those equivalencies with Jonathan Gray and Rex Burkhead. That kind of impact on this team, he is going to make a huge difference. Already having a ring as a freshman, coming back as a sophomore will be better than ever. And they have that 3-time defending championship on their side, but they got other players coming back as well. They got Thomas Williams coming back, Daniel Demery coming back, Cooper Balin coming back, 4 other players who made All-State honorable mention are coming back. This is a team that is locked and loaded for bear, and they have said they've challenged the UIL. They've stepped up, and they're going to play Aledo, Austin LBJ, South Oak Cliff, and China Spring, 2 of those winning state titles, and 2 of them going very far last year. Now, to be clear, I think Aledo and South Oak Cliff are going to mop the floor with them, but I think they have a good chance against Austin LBJ and China Spring. So we're going to get to see real early in the football season how good this team is.
And we have people trying to compete with them. We got some teams with some new coaches coming through as well.
Yeah, Fort Worth Nolan had a little bit of a controversy last year. They got a new coach coming in, playing on Prestonwood. They have a new coach. Their coach got elevated to the athletic director. There's always a little bit of a question when you have a new coach. It could be a good thing or a bad thing. You just never know for the program. It revitalizes it, or they may have some growing pains for a little while as they build into the new program. Fort Worth Nolan is the team I think that has the best chance, maybe the top of the second tier. They got Kewan Lacey coming back, who is a stud. So I really like him. KJ Williams, the new coach for Fort Worth Nolan, heard nothing but good things about him. I think he's going to be a great fit-in for Fort Worth Nolan over there.
And you were mentioning off camera of another Fort Worth team that you think is a kind of a dark horse. Maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, Division II. I think we have a team that might be stepping up into that next higher tier, compete for the state title. I'm very excited this year about Fort Worth Southwest Christian. Jeremy Flowers, fantastic coach. They got a really good running back coming in Antoine Polk, who I think can really elevate them to the next level. I think Fort Worth Southwest Christian is my dark horse in Division II to win a state title.
And another dark horse for me, or at least a player to watch out for, is a kid named Eno Etta at Colleyville Covenant Christian, 22.5 sacks last year. Now we have to factor in the competition, but still 22.5 is 22.5. And to talk a little bit about SPC, Episcopal School Dallas should be loaded for bear again. They went undefeated last year and lost in the championship game. They bring back their quarterback, and they should be ready to go as well. Now let's move on to lower classifications. Diggs, let's get right into that and talk about what you think may happen. Well, let's start with 4A, first of all. Let's talk a little bit about 4A action, because a lot of the big dogs moved up to 5A, so you have to you got to factor in that, but we still have some big competition in 4A.
Yeah, 4A Division I completely separated last year when you got Argyle and Melissa moving up. Salina, I think, in the DFW area is going to be the big dog. But given that you have the 4A Division II state champion in China Spring coming up to 4A Division I, as well as Stephenville, that's going to make it a very loaded, in the big picture, a big issue for those teams. And those teams are going to be competing in District 5 4A against some pretty good DFW teams in Alvarado and Waxahachie Life. So I know when Waxahachie Life saw that realignment, they were not happy about being in that district. But then I think Salina is probably the big dog in District 7 4A. District 8 4A really loses. It's really opened up because you have Kaufman and Anna, who were really good last year but had to play with Argyle and Salina and Paris. I think that they have a really good chance to make a name for themselves this year in District 8 4A.
What do you think about Division II? So you're moving Salina out of there. So who do we got going there that you think might make a run here?
Yeah, I think the best area team for us this year is going to be Aubrey. I think they have the best chance, but I think that you have to look in the big picture in 4A Division II. I think Gilmer and Carthage are the big dogs, and they're going to be in Region 2, so it's going to be tough for Aubrey to get out of there. Wichita Falls Hershey in Region 1, I think, is going to be the big dog there. But some DFW area teams, I think Quinlan Ford's going to be good. I think Sunnyvale is going to be good. I also think Caddo Mills and Van Alstyne have a really good chance to be competitive in their tier.
That's some good stuff. 4A ought to be a lot different. And I've going through the realignment, the teams out west. It seemed like the first 5 districts are all 5-team districts. So you got to finish in the first. It's a curse because you got to find teams to play, but it's also a blessing because you only have to finish not last.
Right, not last.
Let's talk about 3A over the last 4 or 5 years. It's been Gunter, it's been Brock in the 2 separate divisions. Is anything going to change there, do you think?
Really, in looking at 3A, it's going to be you could just replay what we talked about last year with some different teams and different names, and you're going to get a lot of the same thing because the gap between the haves and the have-nots in 3A is so big that it's going to take a special team to make it up to that top tier. I watched last year, and Sanger was that team that you thought they had a chance, but again the gap was just too big, and they had a really good season, a successful season. They just couldn't compete with the big dogs when it came to the state title run. And this year, the 3A Division I team is Brock. And Brock in the DFW area is probably our best chance to get there. But they got Franklin and Lorena to deal with. We already saw what happened in the state title game with Lorena. And Mount Vernon is going to be also very good this year. In the state semifinal game, Brock and Mount Vernon was such a competitive game, could have gone either way. So Brock is really going to be challenged. And I don't know if they're going to win the state title this year. I think they're going to be our best chance. But their division, District 4 3A, they got some 3 really good teams in that district with Peaster, Whitesboro, and Pilot Point that I think are not going to necessarily challenge them for the district title, but they're 3 teams that are going to be really good and could make it to the regional semifinals, regional finals. I think are very good teams to consider. A name to mention there, Gunnar McElroy, quarterback at Peaster, is coming back. He's getting Elite 11 offers, playing really good football right now. Gunter is the best team, and they have a really good chance to win state as well. But something that really struck me when I looked at the realignment this year is a Cedar Hill Newman, a team that played private school last year and won a state title. They're going to be in 3A Division II this year. So I think that's going to be a little bit of an unknown how good they're going to be. And they got put in a very favorable district to where I think that they will win that district. That district has been swept out of the playoffs the last couple of years. That District 7 2A with some of the Scurry Rossers and those teams of the world. I think that they're going to have a really good chance. Gunter is going to have 2 really good teams in their district with Bells and Leonard. I think that Bells and Leonard, even though they're not at Gunter's level, are 2 very good teams and will be very competitive in that district against teams that are not named Gunter. Ethan Sloan is a really good player coming back for Gunter. So, and this year we're going to have Gunter versus Brock finally in non-district, and we're very excited about that. 2A, I think there's 2 teams that we need to watch in Division I that are DFW area-ish. I think Tolar in Italy. Tolar, Hood County's favorite team, will be a team to watch in Division I. In Italy, I think will be a good team. In 2A Division II, I think Celeste is a team we need to watch from a DFW area to make a decent run into the playoffs.
All right, man. We'll talk to you next week.
See you next week.